Hello, everyone out there in the vinyl community. So Lindsay here, back to do a little contest video. My first contest, so bear with me. I've just been thinking about some questions, kind of generic questions out there to see people give a video response. I'll do kind of the same as everybody else has been doing, like first, second, third prize, and it'll be, you know, records and some other stuff that I find here and there. Just keep in mind my collection's quite a bit smaller, so some of the stuff that the people win, I'll probably give them some options, and we'll see what if they want those, or, you know, maybe it's a second copy for them or a play copy for them. Who knows? But I'll definitely have some prizes out there. Let me just show you what I'm playing in the background real quick. Some Miles Davis. Just some easy stuff for today. I don't know how well you can hear it in the background. A little bit. So, 4 questions. For the questions. So I've just been thinking about a few to do, and the first one that popped into my head was pretty simple, straightforward. Show an album or two, your favorite or something that you listen to or like, from the year that you were born. I'll kind of go through and answer a little bit some of mine to give you an example, you know, stuff what I mean, pretty self-explanatory. So just show something that you like or that you have in your collection from the year that you were born. Mine, I picked 1974, of course, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Second Helping, which I very much like this album. I think I have 2 or 3 copies of it, actually, because I had an original one that, you know, wasn't very good, and it was reissued, and I got the reissue here, so love it. So just you can show 1, 2, whatever you like. Some people this may be easier for, some people this may be tough for, but I'm interested to see what kind of stuff from about the year that you were born. The second one, bear with me, it's a little bit harder to explain. In my opinion, everything sounds better on vinyl. It just has a better sound quality. And we all do, that's part of the collecting of it, right? But show me something that you have on CD and on vinyl that sounds better and feels better because it's on vinyl. I know it always sounds better, but it kind of gives you that feeling. Like, I have a couple things on CD and on vinyl that I can just barely listen to now on CD. Even though it sounds, you know, similar, it just doesn't give me that same feeling as a vinyl record does. And you know, that you could probably say that for any record that you have, but there are a few out there that's like, now I can't even listen to it on CD or digitally or any other way other than on vinyl, because it just brings back a memory, brings back a feeling. Maybe it was from when you were a kid, or maybe it was just something that was special to you. For example, I've shown this album before. It's one of my all-time favorite albums ever. I was super excited to get it on vinyl. Soundgarden Super Unknown. And I've listened to it on CD 100 times, 200 times. And then I got it on vinyl, and now it's like, it just doesn't have the same feeling to me as it does on vinyl. Like, the sound quality, you know, sound quality a little bit aside, it just, I don't know, it just brings back memories of friends that I've had that listen to this that are no longer with me, and it just, for some reason, has just a little more meaning to it. So show something that has a little meaning to it on vinyl. So that one might be a little hard to get, but, you know, just whatever you feel. Show 1 album, 2 albums, whatever you want. Third question, and actually my wife came up with this one, because with my let's just call it what it is. It's my obsession with vinyl records lately. As anybody who's watched any of my videos have known that I haven't been collecting for a long time, but I've been collecting pretty rapidly. Because once you get the bug, as you know, it's over. So she said, have people show a record or talk about something, like the craziest thing they've had to do, or the weirdest or silliest thing they've had to do for a record or records. I'm going to give you an example. When I first started collecting, I didn't know a ton about, vinyl and where to find it and where to get it. There's a few record stores in my area. So I went to Craigslist. And I found, and we're talking 5, 6 o'clock at night, and I found a lot, like 200 and some records. I'm sorry, 500 and some records for a couple $100, $100, something like that. So I called the person, and they said, yeah, they're there. And I ended up that night getting in my car, driving the 2 hours away. There was 2 and some change hours away, coming up to a total stranger's house, lived way out in the country, had no clue who they were or what they were about, to go buy these records in the middle of the night, you know. And didn't have a whole lot of time to look at them. Quality was okay, good, and bad. I ended up just buying them all. So I took all of them home, and once I got them home, for new collectors, it's a first common mistake. Really look them over, because a lot of them were just beat up. I ended up getting lucky and finding a lot of good quality ones that I kept. Ended up selling the rest in bulk, made all my money back, and got a bunch of new vinyl. So I was lucky, but started thinking about it. That could have been anybody in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night. And on the flip side of that, it ended up being an older lady and her husband, and her husband wasn't there when I first showed up. So for her side, I could have been anybody showing up to her house, for some vinyl records. So maybe it's just one record. I've had a couple records that I've waited in line on record store day or whatever for 2 hours, or drove a long ways to get a certain record. So show me something that you've done, or something crazy that you've done, or weird that you've done out of the norm for your vinyl collection, for a single record or multiple records. So those are the 3 questions. I'll put them down in the comment section. I'll have them written out, and be flexible with this a little bit. There's no certain set amount of records to show or anything like that. And I'll probably run this for about 3 weeks or so, like the normal. And I'll post every once in a while on, once I figure out the exact date and whatnot. And the easiest way for me, because going through and tracking them down, if you can just send me in private messaging in YouTube, you can send the video at the bottom, or you can just hit video reply on a comment section of this video, and it will also send it to me. So some way to keep track of it, because I don't want to miss anybody, and if I do, send me a message before, and we'll hopefully get it figured out. So those are my questions. 2 3 weeks, I'll put the names in the hat just like everybody else. I'll draw them out. We'll do 1, 2, and 3, first, second, third place. Like I said, it'll be records and some other stuff. So have fun with it. Let me see what you guys have here, and keep those videos coming. Until then, I'll see you next time.